Okay. Okay. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Today we finally get to do the thing. Oh, hi, Greg. Hi. Greg, you're kind of in the way. Hi. No. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Bye. Bye. Where's my desktop? There's my desktop. Okay. Face cam's a little high. All right. It's good enough. Anyway, hey dudes. Dirk gets to think today. He's not thinking other days. Dirk is quite thoughtful, I would say, normally. Usually overthinking, sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, Greg does not want pets. She wants to be in my face, but she doesn't want pets. Good Dirgning, oh my god. Dirk, you need to stream and do that. Hi, Teamworm. Greg is attacking my legs. Okay, so last time we got this thing set up, and this is like a behavior tree, mostly like kind of in pseudocode format. Like it's formatted in a way that we can just transfer it into Godot. So we're going to attempt to do that. You're sorry for attacking my screen before stream. Did you attack my screen before stream? Today I didn't see it. The last few streams you'd been like blasting me with the funny little dancing dinosaur guy. I didn't see it today. That's not to say you didn't do it. I just didn't see it. Also, it's never a problem. It's fucking funny. I love it. And I could always turn it off if I thought it was a problem. Like if I was actually recording something. Yeah, those guys. I didn't see any of those guys. The Elden Ring story trailer dropped an hour ago. Damn, I saw a Reddit post that said it was going to be in like 3 hours, and that post was like an hour old. So I was like, okay, cool. I can watch it after the stream. I should have fucking watched it before the stream. It was good. Damn. How could it not be? Honestly, I kind of don't want to watch it. It's like 90% of the fun of the story in that game, or most From games, is having no fucking idea what's going on. Other than, you know, it's weird. You know shit is like really fucking weird. And like, that's it. We got Greg some fish toys. They're like as long as her, so she can like grab them and like fucking kick at them. She fucking loves it. Actually, all the cats love them. It's fucking crazy. They're a hit. It's great. All right, so let's get Firefox out of here. And so we have Godot. I have also the old, like 2 weeks ago we did it, 3 weeks ago, some number of weeks ago we did this tutorial. And it's about this weird little guy, and he goes to work in the day and he goes home at night, and it uses a behavior tree. So like, right, he's working, and then you tell the thing, okay, it's nighttime, and then he goes home. And then you say, hey, it's daytime now, and he's like, oh shit, gotta go to work. Okay. So that uses a very basic behavior tree structure, and we're gonna try to use our understanding of that to transfer over this into here. Because, again, our goal is to make this sweet little Eradicate walk toward water when he's thirsty, or walk toward a bush when he's hungry, or walk toward his nest when he needs to sleep, or when he's injured. For now, we're just going to randomly select one of those things to do. Yes. Dirk, don't be excited. This is going to take forever. I don't know how to do this. If that level of excitement is appropriate for like the 12-minute YouTube video I make in like 3 months about today's stream, and probably next week's stream, and the stream after that, where we fail forward until we succeed. Okay, so I think the first thing to do is just to get the structure going. So I think we should look at this and figure out how to start. And it seems pretty clear, right? The character has the behave tree, right? We're just to be clear, we're using the behave add-on. It's lots of people say it's good. The only complaints I've seen is that it's not very performant. If you try to do too many things, too many behavior trees, it starts eating up resources. You'll be fucking excited whenever you choose to. That's true. I can't do anything about it. That's true. All right. Well, what I can do is promise not to listen to your disappointment if you become disappointed. That's on you. That's on you to deal with in your own time. Okay, so we're gonna start by giving our Radicate a behave tree, I guess. And I suppose the thing to do is to go into our actual Radicate, because he's got his own situation going on. Now I was messing with a state machine. I have a backup of this. I think for now we're gonna delete the state machine. And I think the end game is going to be, we'll have a state machine and a behavior tree, and the behavior tree tells the state machine like what state to be in. The behavior tree is going to be like, okay, the Radicate's hungry, so state machine, you need to be in like find food mode. I think so. And then the reason you do that is because then you can take pieces of the state machine and pieces of the behavior tree and just use them for other creatures. You don't become disappointed. You have pretty low standards. Huh. Damn. Man, I would love to not be able to be disappointed. Sorry, Greg. Yeah, yesterday I saw a squirrel. If Crazy Pants is here, she's gonna be sad I'm bringing this up again. Yesterday I saw a squirrel whose back legs didn't work, and he was just like dragging himself around the ground, like he like fell and got hurt or something. And like, I'm so sad about it. I'm disappointed in nature. I'm disappointed in me. Like I could have the knowledge at this point to save the squirrel, but I don't. And he would probably just like bite me if I tried to catch him. So now I'm just like, okay, well, fuck. I'll just be disappointed in life because some fucking cat's gonna come eat this fucking squirrel and I'm gonna be sad. So anyway, I can't help but be disappointed constantly. It comes with a lot of disappointment before, so you adapt. Honestly, I have I have had a lot of disappointment in my life. I guess I'm just not as I'm not as adaptive as you, Dirk, I guess. I'm not used to it yet. Maybe another 30 years. Also, quick note, when I loaded so you put, if you want Behave, a plugin to work with your project, you just put it in an add-ons folder, and then you come into your project settings and you click enable. When I clicked enable, there was some kind of error. Let me see if the error is still readable. No, it was down here. There's probably a way to get back to it, but clearly since I clicked on Radicate, now there's something else in this viewer window. Oh, output maybe? There we go. Yeah. It's mad. It's mad about Behave. There's a lot of not good parse errors. I don't know. But interestingly, output on bottom. Thank you, Dirk. I did get there. But I do appreciate you now seemingly knowing Godot better than me, which you probably spent as much time with it or more than I have in a shorter period of time. So interestingly, the same fucking oh my god, problems happened here, and now I can't see them even if I click output down here. So that's interesting. Okay, but like I swear to God, the same errors appeared here. So anyway, it clearly Behave works in this example, so we're gonna not worry about it. And if it's a problem, it'll be a problem. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe I can't use behave. Maybe I needed to do something before I put it in the add-ons folder. I don't know. The behave installation thing didn't tell me I needed to. So we're just gonna fucking go with it, you know? Fucking whatever. This is a stressful thing for me, so I just have to tell myself like it doesn't fucking matter. You fail until you succeed. That's what you do. So we got the behave tree in. And then we have essentially a bunch of selectors and sequences, which, is there any possibility you should start the project with behave? Oh, Dirk, if that was the case, that would suck. Well, okay. Well, here's actually a thing about that, though. You technically can't, because when you start a project, you have to go into add-ons and then turn behave on. So you could have that be the first thing you do, but I think technically you can't actually start a Godot project with it on. It's a good troubleshooting guess, though. Okay, so we have selectors, we have sequences, we have like condition checking. I think all of this will be able to be understood. So we want to start with our first action selector, right? That's going to choose between whether we go into the needs sequence or go for wants. And to be clear, it needs to be a selector, because the rules for behavior trees are that selectors start from left to right in their little everything that's contained within them. So this root selector is going to start with the need sequence, and if this fails, then it will try to do these things. So our goal here is we're going to try to see if we have anything that we need to get done for Rattata's continued existence: food, water, shelter. And if all of that is like, if we send back like, no, we don't need to do anything, we're fine, then this will fail. And then Raticate will go and look toward his wants rather than his needs. If I move project templates to my project folder, move script templates into my project folder. Okay, let's do that. Oh my God, Dirk, you're too useful. Okay, so to do that, let's open my computer. And we're gonna go into C drive, which has the fucking Godot projects. It's in a folder called Godot projects, bro. We find Symbiote Scribe. It's the fourth step. Oh my God, did I just fucking not finish it? What a loser. Okay, so we do have a script templates folder that is part of the behave add-on. And so then we just need to put that directly into the project folder. I can't follow simple directions. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're going to close Symbiote Scribe. It's gonna ask us to save it. We might as well. All we did was add the behave tree. Okay, he's gone. Great. Reopen Godot. You find Symbiote Scribe. Now let's see if we get yelled at as much. Limited resources I just allocated elsewhere. I appreciate that, Dirk. All right. Interesting. Add-on / behave Godot 4.x. Add-ons, behave, debug frames. There's a parse error in the debug frame like I don't know, the debug frame section. .gd is usually like a Godot executable, not executable, program file type. Oh my god, I don't know what words are. Interesting. All right, well, we have access to the basic structure. Fucking, so we can keep going. I love that there's just all these fucking errors, and then very excitedly with an exclamation point, like, you did it, Behave is working. Like, is it though? Fucking, is it? Jesus Christ. All right, whatever. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay, so what we want is to add a child node, right? Let's go look at the other thing. Everything is going to be a child node. Yeah. Okay, so then in the way that this is structured like a tree, right? So that the way we're going to go down a level in the tree is by making things child nodes. So like the need sequence selector and the want selector are both going to be child nodes of the root selector. That seems quite intuitive. We're just looking at it in a different way. All right. So great. Let's give you a child node. And you're going to be a selector. Not a sequence. You're a selector. Ooh, right. So we have different options. I think we're going with composite. But I forgot that Behave just has a built-in randomized one, which is very cool. And then also a parallel one, which is really cool. I don't know. Are you technically a selector? A selector seems like it should choose one thing. A parallel function seems like it wouldn't be actually a selector, but... And then selector reactive. I don't actually know what that does. That would be a good thing to learn about. Like a selector that only does things in reaction to other things? I don't know. Okay, so let's name this need selector. No, hold on. What was it actually called? It is the root selector. Okay. Probably not a great term. I'm sure somebody fucking knows a better term. I think it conveys an idea. Okay, so then what's next? We need a need sequence and then a want selector. And those are both child nodes of this. Okay, we got our sequence composite. Great. Go back up here. Another child node. Another selector. All right. So that's the need sequence and the want selector. Alrighty. Who's next? I guess... You know what? Let's... No. We'll go in order. I keep wanting to deal with wants because they're very simple. Okay. So this is like a status check. What are you called? Go to that example. It's a condition thing. What are you? How do I actually see just like what you are? It's a condition leaf. Okay. So that's gonna be in here. We're gonna add a condition leaf. Okay. And then that is going to be... What's a good name for that? We don't have a good name right here. Like a needs check? Let's call it a needs check. There we go. All right. Got our needs check going. What's next? Okay. The last member, the last direct child of need sequence is the needs selector. Okay, so if we add a child, you should just go below, right? Yeah, great, okay. So we have the need sequence, which does a need check and then runs through the need selector. Okay, and then that need selector is composed of so many things. So many things. A fatigue, a hunger, and a thirst sequence. Okay. So it's only made of 3 things. Those things are made of other things. Shoot. Are these? These are actually sequences. Yeah. Yeah, because we need it to go through all these things. Yeah, selectors will just go until one succeeds. Sequences they try to do everything, and they only succeed if everything succeeds, whereas a selector succeeds if only one thing succeeds. Okay, all right. We're getting there. We're getting there, brain. Man, when I was a child and I first read the word fatigue and hadn't heard it yet, or maybe I had heard the word fatigue but didn't realize the word I was reading was fatigue. I thought it was like fatigue. I still regularly think about that. Derek, thank you for confirmation that I'm correct about behavior trees. Let's see. Can we have like a little more? Yeah, just a little more room. We could just kind of. Who cares what Raticate looks like right now? Okay, so we have the sequence composite, and we're gonna rename that. We're gonna rename that. Thank you. Let's do the fatigue sequence. Now I'm not confident I can just duplicate, so I'm just gonna go in here and add the extra child nodes, but. You can probably just like use the duplicate shortcut, which I think is like Control-C, then Control-D, but it's fine. So we have fatigue, we have hunger, and we have thirst. You're using an adhesive, and the warning on it says it will immediately bond to eyes. New fear unlocked. Oh my god. Dude, that shit horrifies me. Even like reading super glue stuff that has like warnings of like what to do if it gets in your eyes, and I'm just like, oh my god, no, just don't do that. Just fucking. And I can't even imagine like at first you think like, okay, no one's that stupid, and then you realize like, okay, children exist and they don't know how anything works at some point, and like I can't even imagine if you're like an adult and your kid gets into the garage. Your like 3-year-old gets into the garage and puts fucking super glue in his eye. Like, oh my god. Oh, it's just select and Control-D. That's really cool. So you don't even need to like copy paste. You just like boom. That's really cool. Water sequence. No. Brain. Thirst, buddy. All right. Thirst on water. Yeah, I don't like. Oh my god. This shit is happening to me more and more as I get older. Like, I used to be able to just like delegate a task to some subsection of my brain and he would figure it out while I'm doing other stuff. And now that subsection of my brain is like dumber and dumber. Maybe brain needs some water. Maybe. I don't know. Find out. I don't think so. I think this is just the brain I have, you know? Okay. Let's figure this shit out. So the fatigue sequence is going to be like 3 conditional leafs, then a selector, and then an action. Oh my god. Okay. 3 conditionals. So we're just going to add a child. Oh yeah, and we didn't talk about it a whole lot. There's a thing called a blackboard that every behavior tree has one, and it's just a spot where the tree stores variables that other sections might need. So you only have to do a calculation like once per behavior tree. I don't actually know how to utilize it, and in Behave, so I'll have to look that up. Because what we want to do is up here, we want to calculate what all of our needs are. Not even calculate, we're going to check. Eradicate will just have a constant running variable for each of its needs. That variable will increase over time, and then it will decrease when Eradicate does anything associated with that need. When his hunger need is very high, he'll lower that by eating. So this is going to check for all of the needs and like actually get their values. And then once we've done that, we should just be able to put those on the blackboard so then we can check down here for each of those things. Maybe we don't actually need to put them on the blackboard because this isn't a calculation, it's just a check. It's probably not that bad to just check again. All right. Talked myself out of it, but at least we know about the conceptual nature of a blackboard for the future. Okay, so it's gonna be 3 of these. So let's try the duplicate thing. Since they're the same currently, it should be fine. Okay, so the first one is fatigue greater than 50. So I guess we'll just call this the fatigue check. Check your fatigue, people. Okay, so this one is fatigue versus hunger. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we just use this weird format. Like, it's really clear. We could call it a check, I guess. This is the fatigue greater than 50 check. This is the fatigue greater than hunger check. And also, as noted before, it's not actually greater than, right? It's greater than or equal to in the later ones. And really, we could do equal to for this. I don't think so though. I like the idea of 50. 50 is like, ooh, maybe I should get up and go get some food. Maybe I shouldn't. And then above 50 is when you're like, all right, yep, time to get out of bed. I'm hungry. And then the last thing, it's fatigue greater than or equal to thirst. So you know what? Let's just copy that. Do that. Okay. So we have that. Shoot, now, I wasn't thinking about it. Is it maybe a bad idea to physically construct this and leave these things empty? Because what we're going to want to do is add functionality bit by bit and then run it and see if it works. Like, there's going to be some point at which we're going to just change the need sequence to always be fulfilled so that we can test the wants. Hopefully we can just have an empty tree and that won't cause problems. If not, I think we should be able to find some kind of code that is basically just having each of these just like automatically succeed or fail. There's an aspect of a behavior tree where you can add that in, that something always fails or it always succeeds. No matter what it actually does, you can send the signal back that it failed or succeeded. But hey, whatever, we'll get there when we get there. No use worrying about it now. Okay, fatigue selector is next. Damn, this worked out like so well using just like up here we have the root selector, and then we have a needs sequence, which leads to a needs selector. It's been very nice to I don't have to actually worry about giving them more specific names. We've only needed one sequence and one selector. Maybe that's part of the inherent beauty of a behavior tree, or it's just by chance the way that what I'm doing happens to lead to this nice simple naming structure. I don't know. I don't know. All right, fatigue selector. So you need to be a child of this. You're going to be a selector. You are the fatigue selector. And then the very last thing is an actual action. Now, I think there are just actions. Let's go look at the other example. So the travel to work sequence. Okay. Yep. There are just actions, and it's a cute little picture of a stick figure moving. All right. Should have just guessed. All right. You need a new child node. All right. Ooh, other kinds of actions. Blackboard erase action. That's interesting. Blackboard set action. I wish the guy that made Behave, one, I wish his fucking tutorial didn't require a $30 asset pack to run through, but also I wish he would make a tutorial that explains each of these. And actually, he might have used them in the tutorial. One of the complaints about the tutorial is he just like zooms through all of it. And it's the kind of thing where you like constantly pause because it's like you're watching a baking show and they're like, okay, and now you blend this stuff together. And then they just cut to having it blended together. And you're like, well, okay, now I have to fucking pause. But all right. It's probably like write to Blackboard and erase from. Yeah. I just like, why would you want to do that? You would have some like writing to it makes sense for sure. It's interesting to do it with an action and not just a separate. Well, no, I guess maybe writing to it is just an action. I don't, oh my God, it just seems weird. But erasing from it is really interesting. That you'd perform some kind of action and then want to just erase something from the blackboard rather than changing something to a different status to say like, okay, we dealt with this thing. You want to actually like erase the thing. I don't know. I just want to know a good use case for that. There's probably a bunch of them. I don't fucking know. Okay. So this is going to be, this is the fatigue action, which is just use nest. Should we call it rest? Because our goal is to have a situation where we can take this and put it in another creature's behavior tree. So like maybe we just call it rest. Rest action? Yeah, for now, okay. All right. Could get confusing if we have an ability in the game called rest at some point, like in Pokemon, where you can use the ability rest and sleep for a few rounds of combat. Whatever, we'll just try to keep them separate. That does seem like a kind of ability I would like. As a kid, running into Snorlax for the first time and having no idea what I was getting into was hilarious. He was a much higher level than me, and he just kept recovering his HP, and it just felt like he was cheating. I was so mad. Oh my God. And then later talking to my friends, they were like, "Oh, you only get one chance to catch that guy." And then they either didn't know or they didn't tell me there's fucking two of them. So like I was like heartbroken, and then I ran into another one and was like, "Oh my God, I could catch this one." Okay. Holy shit. So anyway, Snorlax is cool. I need to add to the fatigue selector. To be fair, he did have infinite PP, so he was cheating. Yeah. I hate that they fucking did that. I think in newer games they will run out of Pokemon power, right? All right. Just these as part of the fatigue selector. So one is a check and the other's an action. Gen 3 you think had limited PP. Yeah, there was some point at which I realized they probably were limiting the opponent's PP. Oh, it's just already right there. Great. Because fighting like the Elite Four or something, there was some move like Blizzard or something that's only got 5 PP that I just kept getting wrecked by, and then they stopped using it. And I was like, well, surely you're not that dumb. And then I realized like, oh wait, actually, maybe they're like not allowed to be cheaters. Okay, so the fatigue selector is going to check at nest. Just call that the at nest check. Also, we're using spaces in here. Maybe it's smart to follow these conventions of no spaces but capitals to help you read it. Makes it easier to type it into your code, I would imagine. All right. Fine. Yeah. No, we'll do it. Is that legible? Yeah, that's legible. Okay, so we're going all the way back up. Root selector. Need sequence. Needs check. Fatigue greater than or equal to hunger check. Okay. Why do I have a question mark at the end of that? It just is an at-nest check. Pascal case? Is that what that's called? I think at some point I read the different terms for the different conventions. I don't fucking remember. It's so weird. I love weird little facts like that, but there's just fucking too many of them. So I just fucking don't ever remember them. I think if you got a large enough set of like documentaries, you could just have me watch them over and over for infinity. And every single time I saw the same information, I'd be like, oh, that's so interesting. And then 2 hours later, it's gone. It's fucking gone. I know I'm not the only one who's like that because I've seen posts on Reddit about people who read fiction. That like when a new fiction book comes out in a series, if they've read like a dozen other books between the previous book and the entry, they're just like, who are all the people? I don't remember fucking anything. Oh, cool. Yeah, these are all the different cases. Hold on, let's check them out. Multiple word identifier formats. Flat case. Uppercase or screaming case? I like screaming case. Whoa. Camel case or dromedary case? Dromedary is a kind of camel. I don't remember if it's the one with 2 humps or one. There's a back turn and a dromedary, I think, are the two. There's Pascal case. Or upper camel case. Huh. Because it's like they have a little hump. The capital letter is a hump. Shit's weird. Fucking weird. Hey, Booski. Good morning to you as well. Shit, it's time to reprime sub. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I half remember all of it. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Teamworm. My brain's always been like that. It's like really good at like terrible at recall and very good at like a wide array of recognition. It's like I could usually get back to the thing that I think I remember. I'm highly reliant on the internet. Oh my god, kebab case. Cause it's got like it's a hyphen, so it's like it's skewered. Holy shit. Lisp case, spinal case? Screaming kebab case. Oh my god, sometimes I just feel like a screaming kebab, you know? Fucking, you know? All right, where the fuck were we? Think we got the go to nest action put in? Yeah. Okay. Damn, the structure of this doesn't look as clear to me. I think part of the value of behave is there's a way that you can look at this nicely. You'd also scream if you had a hyphen through you. Yeah, probably me too. Well, the kebab's probably dead, you know? Skewered and then cooked. Whatever life it had is probably no longer there. All right, so now we gotta move over. It is time for the hunger sequence. Which honestly, I think what we should do is just like duplicate the fatigue sequence and modify it. Dang. Okay, hold on. What if I duplicate this? Save. Duplicate. It does duplicate everything. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think that's going to be faster. Goodbye hunger sequence. Goodbye thirst sequence. Okay, so we're going to duplicate fatigue twice. And then we're going to name this thirst sequence. And we're going to rename this one hunger sequence. And then we're going to have fewer checks to make as we go further in. So we still have the first check for hunger, which is going to be, is hunger greater than 50? Then we don't need this check. Yep, we do need this check, but now it's hunger being greater than or equal to thirst. Then we have a hunger selector. And then how did we word this? At best food source. If you have not watched every one of my videos, you might be like, which who has? Who fucking has? If you have, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I understand if you haven't. Best, we are going to come up with a formula because the goal will be to have Radicate seek out a high density of food close by. We'll be balancing those two factors, closeness, density of food. Two equally dense food sources means Radicate will go toward the closer one. A very close food source with not that much food could mean that Radicate will skip over it to go toward a highly dense patch of food that's a bit further away. And the goal of that is because between deciding where to go and getting there, other Radicate or the player or other creatures might consume some of the food. So you want to be sending him toward a nice dense zone. So then when he redoes this check, he'll probably just be right next to some food already. All right, and then instead of go to nest, it's just going to be go to food source. Let's continue with the best convention. Go to best food source. Okay, and then the rest action is going to be eat. Eat the food, Radicate. All right. So then that should be good. Right? We got everything. At best food source, go to best. Oh, right. There's the extra thing in here, which is that he needs to calculate his best food source. So I was a bit presumptuous in deleting things. We did need another selector conditional. We needed another conditional. Actually, I guess it's not a conditional. It's just a blackboard calculation. Do we just leave it as a conditional for now? Guess let me see what other child nodes there are. Blackboard set action. Yeah, we want just like a... Yeah, what the fuck are we going to be doing here? We're running a calculation. Like, maybe that's an action? I don't think so, though. I think actions are like things you actually want the object, the Radicate, to take. Okay, hold on. Actually, we did talk about how that would be... the actual act of Radicate calculating where his best food source is, that maybe he has a little action associated with it where you see him like he sniffs north, he sniffs east, he sniffs south, he sniffs west, and then he sets off in a direction. So then I guess it can be an action. There. Crazy Pants, hello. Hope you're having a nice time in the living room and or kitchen, wherever your current domain is. Okay, we'll just make it an action for now. And then we got to put it up here, and then it's gonna be a find best food source, not with a capital X. That's not how you spell food source. Okay, let me just think that through again. It's a sequence, so it needs to succeed in all of these. Great, so that's fine. This can be some kind of action that we succeed at. We just have to make sure that that we can not only have Eradicate do a little animation, but also calculate something and then put that on the blackboard. Essentially, we're just going to calculate an XY coordinate, and then that XY coordinate will be read in the hunger selector when checking to see if we're at that coordinate. And then this will also use it to send us to that coordinate. And then once we are at that coordinate, then we can eat food. Now... Okay, yeah, no, we're good. Because what happens is when we go into the hunger selector, we check to see if we're at the best food source. And if no, the way a selector works is then it tries to go to the food source. If yes, then it just says, okay, I'm done and I have succeeded, and we will move on to eating food. And that makes sense. You're at your best food source, you go eat the food. Okay, all right. Running your eyes through Godot assets pages. Hey, you're on page 3 of 74. Oh my God. Damn, bro. I think I looked through a few things, and if I remember right, the assets page is all kinds of stuff. Like art assets, like add-ons, a bunch of other shit on the like actual Godot community site. Maybe you're looking at something different, but it seemed like there was a lot of fun stuff in there to fuck around with. Okay, so I think we're good on the hunger sequence skeleton. We've laid it out. So thirst sequence time. So the thirst sequence is going to be very similar to hunger. Dang it. Am I about to delete this and make a new duplicate? Yes. Yes. Okay, so let's delete the thirst sequence. And then let's just let's save, and then let's duplicate the hunger sequence. Rename that to thirst sequence. And then we do still need to do a check to see if it's above 50. Actually, no, we don't, because the only reason we'd be in here is if it is. Okay. Goodbye. We don't need to check if thirst is greater than anything else, because again, we'll only be here if thirst is the greatest pressing need. Then we do need to find the best water source. And I guess we'll just do a similar calculation. A bigger body of water. And I don't think I'm actually going to animate like bodies of water disappearing if a bunch of creatures drink from them, but there's still a limited amount of space around a drinking water source. So I guess it would be better to go for a bigger one. Like worst case, a water source would only be one tile, and then you could have like 4 Raticates sitting at it at most. Although that's quite a few Raticates to all be getting water. Okay, bye, Greg. But you know, whatever. I still think it would be okay to have some kind of little formula to make Raticate seek out bigger bodies of water. Ooh, and then we're gonna have to figure out. At some point, I need to like integrate a nav mesh into this. I know how to make a nav mesh, and I know how to make an enemy move along it, or make anything move within a nav mesh. But what I don't know how to do is connect the behavior tree to the nav mesh, because that's the specific thing that we need to do. And maybe we'll use the state machine as like an intermediary, because there are tutorial videos about making sure that your state machine works with nav meshes. New mesh, who mesh, you mesh, do mesh, to mesh. Anyway, Derek, you learned about nav meshes yet? Teach me, bro. Mesh. Shit. All right. It's not easy to just individually select words now without the spaces. All right, so our thirst selector is going to see if we're at the best water source. And if not, we're going to go to the best water source. You don't, you're liquid-brained. Oh my god. Me too, bro. Actually, maybe I once was liquid-brained. It's all just leaked out. I got nothing in here. Right, instead of eat food, we're gonna drink water. Okay. So I think that's our structure. We'll double check it as we go back through and try to add information to each of these. Now we need to do the wants, and that is very simple: a play sequence, an idle action, a conditional, and then a play action. Cool. All right. So first we're going to add the play sequence, because if Raticate can, if all of his needs are met, he wants to play. He wants to find another Raticate whose needs are met, and they want to just do a little play fight. And then if not, then he's just going to kind of walk around. And I don't know, we're gonna need, I can't just have him walk around. It's gotta be, like, slightly realistic. Maybe he'll, like, choose a random direction and go in that direction, and then pause for a moment. Maybe, like, sit for a moment, and then change direction. Move over there, sit for a longer moment. Oh, and maybe I want them to be able to, like be curious about things. So I've been trying to think, this is just a like basic beginning behavior tree. And then eventually I want to expand it more because like the Raticate needs to it needs to be able to run if it gets hunted. It needs to maybe be aggressive toward the player. Like I feel like some creatures I want to be avoidant of the player. Some creatures I want to be aggressive of the player. But then some I want them to kind of sit on the border where like they'll kind of try to assess, like, is the player weak? Could I take him? Hey TKJ, why'd you get a Spanish ad? I don't know, man. I watch one channel on Twitch and I use my Prime sub for it. I don't know anything about what Twitch is doing with ads. At least you think it was Spanish. Yeah, I don't know. You've been going on like Spanish websites of some kind? Maybe they got their data on you messed up. Oh my god. Greg is fucking attacking the door. Holy shit. All right, so this action leaf is the idle action. You don't go to Spanish websites. All right. Okay. So then the play sequence will have a conditional check to see if there are other Raticate nearby, and then the play action. Okay. Add a conditional. Also gonna add an action. Call it the play action. Do we just call this the play check? What the hell? It's just a can Raticate play question. Anyways, opinion on black check? It's all right. I get tired of like basic gambling games pretty quickly. But blackjack's okay. I'd play a few rounds if somebody said they were going to play with some other people. I would not bet serious money on it though. It's crazy that people will go out and play blackjack and lose like hundreds of dollars. And like dude, I don't know, you could have had a cool video game or something. You played the Resident Evil version of it. Now, does that mean you can play blackjack inside a Resident Evil game? Or there is like some weird digital blackjack game that's Resident Evil themed? It's in RE7. What the fuck? I played RE7. I don't remember that. I didn't play any of the DLC. Huh. It's called 21. Well, that would be a sensible alternate name for blackjack. What the fuck? Weird. I wonder if I just am not remembering it at all or it wasn't in the game when I played it. That's fucking weird. Oh, it is a DLC, you think? Okay. All right. I don't like can Raticate play as the name. I guess we'll just call it the play check. Do a play check. It is fun. Oh, it adds extra rules. Interesting. Yeah, I think basic blackjack is fun. A lot of what's fun about it is like the... I don't know. I find the idea of gambling fun, but unless I'm betting like pennies or something, it just never seems like it's worth the money. It is fun to like to try and play the odds, to try and predict things, to try and get shit right. It's like surprising and annoying when you get it wrong, but then it's like really rewarding when you get it right. Like I get it. Can playmate check. Play target check. Yeah. None of them sound good. And then play check is like too vague. Is play possible? Is it so everything becomes too wordy? We'll just call it play check. We'll just fine. That's fine. Alone check. Okay, well, no, we don't want to do that because this is a sequence and we need all of these things to be correct. If we want Radicate to play, the goal of a sequence is to go until you fail. So we want this to return success if we want play to happen. So it shouldn't be an alone check. If we did alone check, we'd have to put the like reverse rappery thing on it. But if you want to play a drinking game and you're underage, just drink lemonade, tea, or something non-alcoholic. That's a non sequitur. It's not as fun. Although, I don't know. I'm not really into drinking games in general. I would rather savor what I'm drinking. There's an episode of a show called How I Met Your Mother where one of the characters is like a newscaster person and some drinking game starts because she says something too often. And like, I don't know, that shit's funny. We have very complex checks, both can play and best source. You think they deserve their own trees? Okay, so as far as I was thinking, actually, yeah, so the Radicate playing one is interesting because there needs to be like a handshake between two different Radicates, both of whom can play. Unless we decided to just have like if playing is just them like nudging another Radicate, but I feel like the idea is handshake signal. Sure, yeah, I guess a signal, because they need to communicate with each other. Like if there's 3 Radicate that want to play, but we have it set up so like one Radicate plays with another Radicate, then like we have to have some way of making sure that 2 of them know they can play with each other, and then like the other one just, I don't know, he has to sit out, which feels kind of bad. So maybe I need to think about this. Let's come back to this. So the best source thing, I don't know if that needs to be its own tree because it's just going to be a math calculation. Dust cloud. Actually, yeah, the idea of the dust cloud is very cute. Okay. So yeah, I'm pushing back on the idea of needing a tree for the water source thing because it's just going to be a math calculation. It's just going to be like add up the water sources that are, it's going to be like figure out all the water tiles that are within a certain area of Radicate, and those are like the tiles that it can smell or something. And then each of those tiles, we're going to do a calculation. If you're a piece of water, how much water is like connected to you or something like that. And then whichever tile is the closest and has the most water sources connected to it, that will be the one that Radicate goes to. Something like that. Maybe not the most sources connected to it, maybe the most sources that are accessible, because the Radicate needs to be able to get to it. I don't know. But might need a smell collider shape for that. Whoa. Interesting. So why would I need So what I was thinking is that I would need to essentially check each tile for what kind of tile it is. And then if it's water, then it would check how many tiles are around it that are also water that Raticate can get to drink water from. And then kind of like add that up. And then have some other value that would add to its closest. Sorry, gotta go. It's all good. All right, Derek, while you're gone, maybe I'll think about the playing situation. Maybe we will add another aspect of the tree. Add another aspect to the tree. Another layer, another branch with some leaves. Okay, so if one Raticate wants to play with another, there has to be some way for them to agree to that. Because at any moment, from one frame to the next, Raticate could no longer be in play mode. It could, like, if you have a Raticate that's almost hungry enough to go get food, one moment he'll go from being willing to play, and then at some point his needs are gonna raise too high, and then he's gonna say, I don't want to play anymore. So so then maybe the thing to do here is when Raticate asks, when we run this check, could Raticate play? He's got to be sending out a signal that other Raticate can pick up on. And then if there are multiple Raticate that want to play, then they play. And then like Dirk mentioned, we had talked about how if there are multiple Raticates all playing together, they just become like a funny little dust cloud or something. How would we do that as far as a behavior tree? I was thinking that this would just check, are there other Raticate that want to play? And then if yes, then this action would be like, find the nearest Raticate that also has this status of yes, I want to play. And then initiate like a cute little action where they just kind of like poke at each other. You know, we're dealing with Pokemon Overworld sprites. We don't have thousands of unique animations for them. And so I was thinking that would be enough. And then this action would just take a certain amount of time. So the behavior tree would stop functioning while they're playing. This action would just say, hey, I'm running for, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 seconds. Well, we can tweak that. It's just a number we would be able to change. And then whatever amount of time we decide, once that has passed, then the Raticates would stop playing. Maybe just for a second. Maybe they would stop playing and then the behavior tree is going to run again and all their needs are still met and they're going to decide to play. Oh, you're back already. All right. Well, welcome back, Derek. Yeah, Derek, I don't know. I feel like we might be okay. For now. For now, I think maybe we can do this without having additional sections. But I'm gonna have to like understand signals better. But essentially what I think is gonna happen is whenever any Raticate checks to see if it can play, it's gonna send out a signal that's going to change all the other surrounding Raticate's behavior trees to say like, hey, there's a Raticate nearby that can play. And so essentially this is going to check, are there any Raticate nearby who have sent me that signal? I'm going to send all of them my signal that, yes, I can play. Have any of them sent me a signal that says, yes, they can play? And then they'll play for some amount of time. And then once that's done, then they'll go back to the beginning and decide if they need food or water or if they want to just keep playing. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Once again, you've overthought. Maybe. I think we just don't know yet, you know? Okay, so then I think like that's everything. And so now I think what we need to do is try to conceptualize again what we want. Oh shit, you know, let me go back and save that. We need to conceptualize what we want, which is that we want Radicate to be able to go to these objects, right? Like if he's hungry, he's got to be able to go toward a bush. So for now, I'm not going to worry about navigation. For now, he's just going to, when successful, he's going to draw a straight line to that thing and he's going to move toward it. Later on, we will figure out how to put a navigation mesh in so that let's say the bush is up here. He would be smart enough to figure out, oh, I gotta go over here. I gotta take these stairs. For now, we're not gonna worry about that. And you know, in fact, I think move the player a tiny bit. Let's be down here, just so we're not in the way of Radicate, just trying to go straight to stuff. He should just slide past me, because we'll use the there's an inherent functionality in Godot called move and slide, where when an object tries to move, if it hits another object, it'll like attempt to slide past it. There are other versions of that where that won't happen, but we will probably use move and slide. So I think the next thing to do is essentially, we need to like label each of these as objects that Radicate can see. And I think we can figure that out if we look at this. So over here, there's this thing that specifically says like walk to, and then you have these options between home and work. And if we actually go in and look at the script, so at the very beginning, the person who wrote this, who's the person who wrote this? Who is the nice person that did this? That they're like the only person that has a fucking tutorial. What's their name? Liam Flannery. Liam Flannery. Thank you so much for actually writing a fucking example I didn't have to spend $30 to fucking try out. They enumerated their targets, which might be home, might be work, which is, I believe, why you can select that in the inspector thing. Enu means limiting values to a list. Okay, sure. It's like explicitly stating the things. Shit, yeah, why can't I actually see the thing anymore? Oh my god. Oh, because I'm not in the same spot anymore. Oh well. You can select an inspector. Export. God damn it. I mean, now it's back. Now the thing is back. I just didn't see it a second ago. I don't know. Okay, so the other thing I needed to know about was before variable and script. Yeah. Yeah, so anytime you want a variable to be visible, you do the export thing, as far as I remember. so that way the inspector can see it, and so then you can edit it from the inspector pane rather than coming into your script. So then the thing I need to see is if, okay, so it's not like he named somewhere else like that there are objects called home and work. He basically was like, okay, your two options are choosing home or work. And if your target is home, do this thing. If your target is work, do this thing. And for us, it's a more complicated situation because ideally what we're going to have happening is lots of bushes are going to be spawning kind of randomly. At various points in the game, I want there to be like islands that the player can go to that are like randomized. And so then the game is going to do like a little, like when you start a game in Minecraft, it has to like generate the world. There's going to be a small scale version of that where like terrain is generated and then creatures are going to be chosen to live on the terrain and then their food sources are going to be created. So we can't just give Radicate a spot it's always going to go to. Initialization steps. Yeah, sure. So essentially what we need to do is have Radicate looking for objects. And I'm not completely sure how to do that, but I think that's the next thing that we have to do is essentially, I keep saying essentially, like sensual. Essentially, we need all bushes to be labeled as like a bush. So that then when Radicate is like, I'm hungry, I need to find a bush. Because then we can, and actually we shouldn't just call it a bush. We should call it like a red berry bush. Because Radicate will go for red berries. And then there might be some other creature that eats some other kind of berry. And then if we're copying over the behavior tree functionality, then we're just going to need to change the names of things like, okay, creature, you're not going for red berries, you're going for blueberry bushes. And then the blueberry bushes will look different. And then you could have Radicates living in the same area as some other thing, and that other thing will go for the blueberries, and the Radicate will go for the red berries. So I believe there is a way that we can give something like an object name in its script. We can like say like, hey, you are a red berry bush. That's what you are. You are this thing, this type class or something. And so I'm going to have to look around for that. I think there is something in here in this example that I remember looking at that did that. So I guess we'll just hunt around. Maybe even like the buildings. Show me your script, building. Okay, class name. So I think we can give things a class name. Hopefully multiple class names. And then we can have Radicate search for those classes. I think. Maybe we should look that up. Let's go see. Use the class name keyword to name a class and add it to the global scope. A newly created class will be available in other .gd files and scenes in Godot. Okay. Okay, that seems reasonable. Ooh, I would like to know the difference between a class and a class name. Class name names the class you extended from whatever class. Basically names the class your script represents. Class lets you define an inner class. Okay, that's above my head. Class name GDs defines a fictitious name by which you can refer to the script and makes it global. Which you can refer to the script, not to the thing that you are giving that class name to? Interesting. Like, okay, here's an example of how I would think that this would work. Let's say you were making some kind of simulation game where you were building a town, and then you had some section of the game that had statistics that told you like how many buildings you had that needed repair, how many buildings you had that didn't need repair. I would think that if you give every building a class name, that class name being building, then you later could essentially add up all of those things named building. You could have some kind of script that is just like, okay, I need to find all the things named building and add them together so I can get a total number of buildings. That this person's definition seems like not that. Classname.gds defines a fictitious name by which you can refer to the script and makes it global. Confusing. Let's read a little bit more. I don't want to use the wrong fucking thing. What is a good practice about using class name? Would you register all your objects as classes? For instance, say you have a game with some enemies. Okay. Would you then, when you are writing script for each of these, would you always make it its own class? Hashtag sectoid extends kinematic body 2D. Class name sectoid. Hashtag more code goes here. Or would you just stick with hashtag sectoid extends kinematic body 2D. Hashtag more code goes here. Basically what I'm saying is, what is the advantage and disadvantage of adding class name to every top node in each scene you have? All right, what are we gonna do? What's your answer? Named classes can make code more concise, as you don't need to preload other classes manually. However, circular references aren't allowed, so may not be able to use them everywhere. Oh my god. The people who answer things, just like... Obviously, it's my fault. They're answering things for people who know what's going on, but like, holy shit. I need an Eli 5 Godot. Just explain Godot like I'm 5. Okay. This is starting off in English, I understand. If you use class name, then you are forcing the script to always be loaded as a global variable under an assumed name. This is great for code clarity and quick access to type names, but it also involves never unloading the script resource that contains the information about the class. Okay, that does sound bad if I was trying to give everything multiple class names. Like if we were going to try to define our berry bush by like, it's a bush, it has berries, it has red berries. You're back again. Okay, welcome back. I would assume that for the most part, any given script resource will be relatively inexpensive to load, just a bit of text after all. But that may not always be the case, depending on how many resource constants it also loads and how much memory those take up. Okay. Another factor is whether you want your type names to be accessible from the create dialog. If you want a quick and easy workflow, then you need to be able to access them from there. You could also write your own tools, for example, using Godot Next, which can give you a drop-down of type names that extend a particular script, but only if you've actually assigned names to those types. I should make class berry bush, extend class plant. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good point. I need to think about categorizing everything so that if I want something to be able to like burn down all plants, if I want like a kind of like fire that can burn down plants or something, or if I specifically want it to be able to burn some things down but not other things, I need to give everything a clear paradigm like that. All right, so I think for now we're gonna try it this way. It seems reasonable. Okay, so then what we want to do is we want to, I guess, create a script for this bush. Currently bush 1. We're going to attach a script to it. Oh, interesting. It wants to name the script bush _a_1. Okay. All right. Weird. Okay, so then what we want to do is kind of copy you. So like, so Dirk, you were saying to use extends. And the order you were saying was make class berry bush. And then extend class bush and extend class plant. You're kind of like going in reverse order because you're saying this specific thing is an extension of this greater thing, which is also an extension of this greater thing. All right, let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. You? Yeah. Okay. So we want to give this a class name. And it's going to be... Oh. Don't get mad at me yet. Give me a second, Godot. Specifically, we want this to be a red berry bush. I think that will be enough. I can foresee a game with like 150 wild creatures, and it's okay if we just have some different colored berry bushes. Maybe we might need to do like tall red berry bush. Ooh, shit. No, it's fine. That's fine. Just red berry bush. Yes, but you have to pre-make the classes before. Class name before extends. So it'll be more readable. Because yeah, as far as I understand, and actually maybe we can we like read about what extends does. I see extends everywhere at the beginning of a script. And it like, to me, it seems like what it's saying is like, this thing is more information about this other thing. The script that you're about to see has more is providing more information about this static body 2D, which the bush is a static body 2D. Whatever script you make, it always extends, and then that the type of thing that you made the script for. So if we just put like extends and then like extends class berry bush should be 1. Like we need to define that class, right? And I don't know where we would do that. It means this object inherits all methods of the parent. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I guess that is not what I was saying. but then still makes sense. So it's because you're attaching a script to a static body 2D, then this script must have all of the thing. Oh my god, I can't words. I can't fucking words. Okay, I can figure it out. I'll try. I'll fucking try. So I don't know where we would define berry bush. I think for now I just want to try it just with the class name and see if Radicate can look for those things that way. I would think what we would have to do in the world, in the parent script, we would probably have to define all of these classes. But yeah, for now, let's just try not having the structure, and we can add it in later if we need to. Like this example that this person was talking about, it seems like you would want to label enemies if they were parts of groups you wanted to do something with. Like if you wanted an attack that did really well against undead or something, you could label the zombie and the other things as part of the like undead class. And then when you went to use an attack, like some kind of holy light attack, you could check, okay, are any of the things being hurt by this, are they undead? Okay, if they are, then it does double damage or triple damage or something like that. I don't know. That is how it seems like this works to me, but I guess we'll find out. I feel like I should finish reading this person's fucking explanation. On the downside, all of these types also pollute the global namespace of the engine, so it can be troublesome if your types start running into namespace issues. Okay, so that is a, I can do it, so yes. So this is a good reason to be very succinct about all of the classes that we make, because we're potentially going to have lots of them when we get into like different kinds of different weapons, different kinds of armor, different kinds of items, different kinds of objects in the world. If any of those things went to have a common name, then I would probably end up screwing up. So I need to make sure that everything has a very unique name that I wouldn't accidentally use for something else. I think red berry bush is going to be good enough. That seems clear enough. You can convert the names into constant resources in a namespace script? Whoa. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh my god, I just fucking collapsed everything. Please come back. Uncollapse, thank you. My position on the matter is that workflow is the highest priority until such a time as the performance and memory consumption becomes an issue. Okay, that's very funny. So like, just go with it until the game won't perform. I would use class name for anything I would expect my designers to use and keep hidden away, only those classes which should exist in the background. Providing services but never being accessed directly. Okay, all right. Fine. So then we are going to try that. So we have now named our red berry bush a red berry bush. That's its fucking class. So actually, you know what? Let's go fucking in order for Eradicate. Right? I don't know why I jumped to the bush. I think because the bush is what I was using as an example. But let's look at Radicate's script. Shit. I need to go and actually look at him as a scene. Okay. So if we start at the top and we go to root selector, I'm going to need to give you a fucking script, right? Oh, actually, wait, no. A bunch of these won't need scripts because their inherent function is to do what I need them to do. So like, if the selector at the top is just being a selector, it's doing what a selector does. Same with the need sequence node, it's just doing what a sequence would do. Okay. So then the first thing we actually get to that we need to fuck with is our needs. So then we're going to need to come up with a situation for Eradicate where we're monitoring its needs. So that's where we should start. Oh my god, my nose will not stop being itchy. It's fucking killing me. Okay, so then I think what we would need to do is just give Eradicate a script. And then he's going to just need to have needs. Just attach a script. Okay. Do we not worry about the naming convention? We're going to have a bunch of Radicates. 01, I guess? Well, yeah, okay, because we expect to have a bunch of Radicates, so we'll just call this Radicate 01. Okay, and then we're going to need to get rid of a bunch of things. Because this has, like, a bunch of stuff baked in for, like, 2D side-scrolling movement. So, God, I think, like pretty much everything? We'll get rid of everything, and then we'll add things in if we need to. Yeah, like, he's not going to be jumping. He doesn't need gravity. And then I guess he, like, doesn't need a constant speed. All right. So what are we going to need to do? We're going to need to define some variables. Right? And where's a good example? What was the thing that I was looking at? Okay. Basically, you can say all animals breathe, create class name animal, predefine method breathe, and then create object dog that with class name dog extends animal, and just add wagtail method and not redefine breathe, but still use dog breathe. Okay. So that seems like it'll be really useful for if we're trying to get into the like life cycle of the bush and how the bush is going to produce fruit over time. We can essentially say, like, it's a plant, and then have it, we'll have all plants capable of, like, growing or something, some method like that. And then we're able to just say that, like, because this berry bush is a plant, then we can do, like, red berry bush grow, and it will just inherently grow, which would mean, I don't know, its sprite is going to change over time to look like it has berries on it, and then more and more berries as time goes on, unless it gets eaten from, in which case it'll look like it has fewer berries. All right, Dirk, yeah, thanks for the information. I think I'm definitely going to need to figure out how to do that for so many things. So where do you define the you could make so with drop also, like with drop down menus? Yeah, I would assume as long as we export everything, then it'll be a drop down menu. Where do you initially find, or where do you initially set out the idea that all animals breathe? Where do you initially define that? Just like in the main script? You define it in a separate scene/script. So if I defined it in the main one, then everything that's a child of that can access that. That seems intuitively like that would be how it is. And I'll Define it in separate, but within project. Interesting. You went to another streamer and 4 out of the 5 or fifths of the ads were Spanish. Yeah, TKJ, I feel like something happened. They think you want Spanish ads, or something happened to Twitch and they're accidentally sending people Spanish ads and they shouldn't. You define it through class name, it will be accessible within all the project. That's really cool. So I don't even have to worry about it being in the parent. You can define it way down in a child script and it will be available in some other scene still within the project. You can also extend named files instead of classes. I don't even know why I would do that. Extend a named file instead of a class. Huh. Also, if I play Little Big Planet 2, I may have seen some movies and they were funny to you because of the kids screaming. I did play Little Big Planet 2. I haven't really seen any Little Big Planet content on the internet. It kind of felt like I was the only one playing Little Big Planet 2. I can't remember. I either like got it with a bundle, something. I don't know. But yeah, that was a fun game to play. It was very silly. Don't worry, there are a lot of people out there. Yeah, at some point I would imagine a lot of people were playing Little Big Planet. But like nobody talked about it. Classes and inheritance are one of the pillars of OOP. God damn it, Dirk. I'm not an abbreviation person. I don't know the abbreviations. I don't know. And also, I still don't know why you would extend a file name specifically. Object-oriented programming. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we are going to need some variables, right? And I guess we're just going to like define like radicates like fatigue and hunger. Do I need to worry about each of these? Like if we have like 30 radicates and they all have fatigue and hunger. Hopefully that's okay to have all of these variables that are going to be the same. I actually don't know. Well, for now, it'll work with one and we'll figure out how to make it work with multiple. Hey, big guy. How's it going, dude? Well, I know how to spell thirst. I swear. Okay, and then... in this situation... none of the variables being defined are actual numbers. Interesting. Pouring a copious amount of time into Counter-Strike Source. Counter-Strike Source, Surf, and Bunny Hop? Are there commas in there? Is there a Counter-Strike Source thing called Surf and Bunny Hop? Is that a level? I just don't know. They're in-game modes. What the fuck? Okay, so... Oh my god. Durg is just writing my code for me. Export range 0 to 100. Ooh. Okay. That's cool. So then let's go see how this will work. We should be able to see it in the inspector. So then essentially we'll be able to either manually change the range from 0 to 100 or have things change it. And then what? This would define it as an integer? You define it as an integer all the way over here? Interesting. Okay, so then if we do that, then at some point we should be able to see it over here, right? So like if we had Radicate selected, which annoyingly sometimes things don't appear in Godot until you fucking close and reopen it. All right, we'll just keep going. Maybe I'll close and reopen it at some point. Surf has an infinite skill ceiling, high skill floor type of thing. Wait, infinite skill ceiling, high skill floor type of thing. Why is it called Surf though? All right, so let's restructure all of these to be like this. They're all going to be 0 to 100. Yeah, I know. Get mad at me, Godot. Let's go. Get mad. You want to fight about it? And they're all going to be from 0 to 100. Ooh, an export category needs. Oh my god. Derek, this is ridiculous. You're just like doing all this for me. You surf on ramps to gain speed and stuff. Oh, okay. If I tied a script to the node, to at least to Radicate, yes. This is Radicate's script that is tied to him. I'd have to look at a video to understand it. It's impossible to understand. Impossible to explain. Okay. I think I get the idea. It seems like there's like rocket jumping maps in like TF2 or whatever. This seems like a similar thing. Deselect Radicate and then select it again. Okay, here, let's go. Let's go select a bunch of other random stuff. And then go back to Radicate. Let's deselect Radicate on here and then reselect him. You love source engine movement? So does that mean that TF2 and Counter-Strike have like similar movement styles because they're both made in the source engine? I'd never thought about that. Interesting. Oh my god. There is a Radicate.gd and a Radicate01. How? Why, when I fucking chose to attach a script, why didn't it tell me there already was one? Son of a bitch. Okay. Now, is it really tied to the Radicate node? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So if we click this, hold on, let's click tall grass, and then let's click this. I don't think it is. What the heck? And I don't actually know how to tell that. Son of a bitch. What a weird thing. TF2's a bit floatier, but in general, same idea. High air control via air strafing. And bunny hop when you land on the ground to maintain speed. Destiny lets you do that. I fucking love it. You can drop a script on a node. Okay. Well, should I just delete this Radicate script? Because, like, currently, this one should be connected. And then I don't know what the hell this one's about. Interesting. I also don't remember giving it a class name Radicate. What the fuck? When did I do that? God damn it. An inspector, in the bottom of the inspector, there's a script. Yeah. Okay, it is connected to Radicate 01. Which is, I think, what we want. Huh. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I just want to see. New script, extend script, quick load. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with the Radicate script. That's very weird. Shit. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need. At some point, they should appear in the inspector. You know what? Let me just close it and reopen it. Just see. Why not? It's still not working though. Yeah, just in case this is a close and reopen thing. Let's see. Apex Legends was also built on the Source engine? Huh. The movement is extremely similar. Interesting. I didn't know they used the Source engine. Okay, it is indeed still not appearing. All right. Now, just on a lark, what if I put these over here? Okay, well, it's mad about that. Interesting. Oh, Godot, I don't understand you. Okay. Ooh, there's a reload button? Oh. So I don't have to close and reopen? Shit. Shit. Is the script I'm writing for this AI modular? Like, can you apply it to a different NPC and just switch the numbers around? Yeah, well, ideally, eventually, yes, big guy. The point of structuring this by using a thing called behavior trees is that then when you go to make another NPC, you can take pieces out from one behavior tree and put it into a new behavior tree. And so since this is the first one I've made, and I don't know Godot well, it's going to take forever. But then ideally, I'll be able to quickly just kind of like make new creatures and just tweak their behaviors by taking old behaviors and modifying them from other creatures. Not integer. Now what, Dirg? Also, where is that reload project button? These are to actually run it. Enable movie maker mode. Interesting. That's the renderer. Oh, is it maybe this? No, that's a history of things. It's under the project tab. Oh, cool. Okay. Sweet. Sure, save and reload. Okay, cool. Okay, so then that does literally do exactly what closing and reopening would do. Okay, so we still don't have the actual things listed in the inspector. Which I feel like there's some kind of disconnect between the actual Radicate node and the script. which is fucking confusing. Like you're the script, right? Like it is you. It's fucking, it is this. If I click off of you and then I click this script, you're gonna bring me to that. Interesting. I see, Derek. I didn't see the upper top part of that message. Thanks, Big A. Thank you for helping me correctly read what Derek was saying, that it should just be int, not integer. Sure. Sure. Try delete export category. Also, the function should have pass inside, right? If it's doing nothing and you want it to just keep going and not just stop. Do I need to do that? Okay. All right, so what was the thing you said to try? Try delete export category. As in deleting this. Try just deleting that. All right. And then let's save it. Let's reload it. Okay, so now we have it. And it would be nice to have things categorized in a group. Like to have fatigue, hunger, and thirst categorized as needs, but I don't know if we actually need to do it. And then if I just tweak this here, if I tweak that and then save it, will it actually change? Interesting, it doesn't change the script. I kind of thought that if you changed these here, it would change the script. And like literally replace this with a 90. Interesting. All right, what is this? This is exported properties. In Godot, class members can be exported. This means their value gets saved along with the resource, such as the scene they're attached to. It will also be available for editing in the property editor. Exporting is done by using the @export annotation. Sure. And then I think at this point we have that same setup. Except instead of export, it's export arrange. And variable, then the name of the variable. Then a colon. I have an extra space. Okay, so we don't need the extra space. It probably doesn't matter, but it probably thinks the name of this is fatigue with a space. Oh, also interesting that these are capitalized, but I didn't capitalize. That's just like how the inspector does stuff. Interesting. All right. And then int and then equals whatever the integer is. All right. Better have extra space. It's more readable. Yeah. All right. Also scroll down. Okay, we'll get there. Example, the value 5 will be saved and visible in the property editor. Okay, yep. An exported variable must be initialized to a constant expression or have a type specifier in the variable. Some of the export annotations have a specific type and don't need the variable to be typed. See the examples below. Okay. One of the fundamental benefits of exporting member variables is to have them visible and editable in the editor. Sure. This way, artists and game designers can modify values that later influence how the game runs. For this, a special export syntax is provided. Cool, okay. The exported value assigns a constant or constant expression. Type will be inferred and used in the editor. Okay. There's no default value. You can add a type to the variable. Interesting. I kind of thought you'd have to choose a default value. Okay. Okay, so you can essentially just say this thing is an integer, but you don't have to actually give it a default value. Okay. Resources and nodes can be exported. Okay. Resource, node. Interesting. You can export a node. Grouping exports. It is possible to group your exported properties inside the inspector with the export group annotation. Every exported property after this annotation will be added to the group. Start a new group or use @export_group. Then some parentheses and some got quotation marks. Okay. So then we should do this. Second argument of the annotation can be used to only group properties with a specified prefix. Groups cannot be nested. Use @export subgroup to create subgroups within a group. Oh my god. Okay, we don't need to do that. I think just having groups should be good enough. You can also change the name of your main category or create additional categories in the property list with the @export category annotation. Okay. Okay, so then yeah, I guess we can try doing this to see if we can get needs. Okay, so it's @export. I guess I'll just copy paste. We try to do this, and then we change it to needs. Cool. Great. That just instantly changed. All right. Thanks, Dirk. Okay, so I don't think the rest of this is necessary. Are there any other properties? Like eventually Radicate, every spawned Radicate is gonna have like fucking RPG stats. But I think we'll just worry about making that category when it comes time. Okay, so now we at least have the needs that we can like mess with them. I can essentially set them to be something, and so then we can see if Radicate will go about its business. Oh, it's funny? What's funny? You're funny. Sometimes. Can you use hunger, fatigue, and thirst as mana resources for moves? Oh, that would... Okay. Now, in some situations, I could totally see doing that. Like if a creature was hungry, they would want to eat you and more likely do like biting attacks. Or on the other end, if a creature was full, like maybe it could like throw up its food at you. Which is disgusting, but maybe thirst could be a cool example. Like a Squirtle that's thirsty can't like blast you with water, but a Squirtle that's not thirsty would have a bunch of water to use water gun on you. And then if it does use water gun too much, it like lowers its thirst, or I guess it would raise its thirst rating, right? Because it's like, how thirsty are you? So if a Squirtle just shoots all of its water at you, then it would be thirsty. Holy shit. So yeah, I guess weirdly they wouldn't be used as resources because they're kind of like they're the opposite of a resource, right? They're a negative resource. They're a need. The higher any of those are, the less of a resource you have. The hungrier you are, the less food you have on you, inside of you. The more fatigued you are, the less energy you have. The more thirst you have, the less like water you have. That's fucking interesting. I feel like we can definitely work that in somewhere. And we'll be able to reach for them the same way we'd be able to reach for any other variable. So that's a cool thing to think about for the future. Okay, so now we have the needs, and we should be able to refer to those things. So, God, I almost want to, like, for the sake of checking this bit by bit, I almost want to, like, make a, I want to, like, make something that will prove that the nodes are working. So, like, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to check if the needs are above 50. And then if yes, then it's going to go over to this needs selector. So it would be interesting if we, and maybe it's not worth doing this, but if we just replace the needs selector temporarily with an action that was like walk down. So then we could then test and see if we set the needs above 50. If Raticate starts walking down, then it's like, okay, we did it. And that, man, that might be worth doing just for this, because then we can essentially check each little thing bit by bit. If we take this action and shove it in to spots. I don't know if that's worth the, I don't know. It'll disrupt things. I guess we could actually just put it right ahead. We could just put the sequence, put the action right in front. So, okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to make like a test action. And then we would want to put it right after the needs check. So we're just going to call this like the test action. No, that's not the name. You're looking for an action and then you name it, buddy. Okay, so this is going to be the test action. And it's going to go right after the needs check. Okay, and so this is actually going to need a script. And then so will the needs check. Okay, so then yeah, I guess we'll do the needs check first. And then for now we'll leave these at 100. And then when we do the needs check, what is it actually going to be doing? Okay, yeah, we'll just give them all their default names for now. And then we'll worry about renaming things if it's going to be a problem when we have like 50 Raticates. Okay. Oh, whoa, this just became like a different node. Uh-oh, is that okay? Now, hold on. Go look at this guy's example. Interesting. Print, I'm okay, you can change type. Yeah, Dirk, I was thinking of doing that. We'll essentially we'll have like a little print function in there. You can change the type. Okay. Yeah, interesting that. All right. Let's go back and look at that. Okay, so let's add a script. You can change type. Right click and change node type. There is just change type. Interesting. So yeah, why does it do that? Because we want this to be a conditional thing. What's going on here? Is there not actually anything wrong with this? Oh, there's so much I don't know. Yeah, it like won't change it. So, okay, let's go look at this guy's example. Reload. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Oh, I wonder if we could just reload the saved scene. Okay. No, just save everything first. We'll just reload the whole project. Go, Godot, go. Okay, it is still different. All right, I want to look at the other guy's project. Try to figure out why it would change itself. So he has a script. Let me look at my script. Is this just gonna... Okay. It won't... Maybe it's because this says extends node. So what if we change this to extends condition leaf? Then will it be willing to let me have it be a condition leaf? I feel like maybe not. But it's at least something that's different. It's your fucking problem, Godot. It's your fucking problem. Okay. All right. I think that did it. Cool. Okay, so it kept putting it back to being a node because the default script just said extends node. Is my assessment of the situation. That's kind of weird that this wouldn't just by default automatically be extends and then whatever the kind of node is. Even if that kind of node isn't a default node for Godot. All right. So we want to do a needs check. How are we going to do that? We're essentially let's see, would we just put it as part of the ready function, or do we just like write our own separate function? Probably just write our own separate function in there. Sure. Okay, that's what this person did. Oh, right. And then a fundamental thing about behavior trees is that they like constantly tick. Like by default, every frame of your game, the behavior tree is starting back at the top and trying to do something if it is not already doing something. And because this is a behavior tree thing, because this is a part of a behavior tree, we're regularly going to be focusing on returning success or returning failure. Okay. So then essentially we're going to have... I'm just going to copy this and we're going to like repurpose it. Okay, give me a comment thing. This function checks, eradicates needs. So we're going to want some kind of if, and then this is going to be like if eradicates needs are above a certain amount, then we're going to return success, right? Yes, because it's the needs greater than 50. It's part of a sequence, and then we'll move into that. Okay. Okay. And then I don't get the top part. So they named the function tick. Now, Did they actually name it tick, or is tick an inherent function for behave that is the part of this behavior tree that runs every single frame? Maybe it just is the tick function. Let me see if I can find anything about that. All right. Okay. It's probably redefining building function. I would not know. Okay, what is a behavior tree? In a nutshell, a behavior tree is a Godot node that can be added as a child to other Godot nodes within the scene tree. It will run its logic every frame tick and modify the parent node accordingly. In more theoretical terms, a behavior tree consists of so-called nodes. Each node can be of a different type with different purposes. Those are described further down below in more detail. Every node has a tick, actor, blackboard method that can be used to execute custom logic. When the tick function is called, behave expects a return status of either success, running, or failure. Okay. All right. Redefining the built-in function. Okay. All right. Okay. So tick expects success, running, or failure. And wonder, do we actually have to define the actor, or is the actor by default the thing that the behavior tree is, the node that the behavior tree is put into? Example condition code is visible condition.gd. Last name is visible condition, extends condition leave. Function tick, actor, blackboard. If actor visible, return success. Otherwise, return failure. Okay, so let's... Interestingly, this has an underscore for each thing. Actor and blackboard are with an underscore, so they are optional variables. Oh my god, I need to just watch more. I don't know. I've been watching this like 11-hour long intro to Godot along with CS50 stuff, and I just need to like rewatch thing. I need to be told things like that a million times. Okay, so we don't necessarily have to use these, but since we're using the tick function, it's expecting a success or a failure. So then what we want to do is essentially say we succeed if any of Radicate's needs are above 50. So this isn't just one thing. This is like 3 ifs. So we might need to structure it differently. It's like, oh, no, I guess not. It could just be like 3 sentences that all return success. That's probably not a nice way to set it up, but like conceptually, I'm just gonna do that real quick. Okay, now hold on. So each of these could be filled with Radicate's needs. Can you drop a tutorial on 2D top-down RPG that you follow? Ooh, you can just put a like double pipe between conditions. Ooh, okay, hold on. It's an OR operator. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go read about that. Nope, it's not that. Hold on. Is it you? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna need to keep this page open, probably. I'm gonna have a growing list of pages I need open. Shit. Okay, yeah. The double pipe is an ore. Thank you, Durg. Okay, so then we're gonna check one thing. We're gonna check if this thing is greater than 50 or this other thing or this other thing. So that thing that we want to check is part of the parent script. But that, because that's outside, that'll only be if it isn't met. If these aren't true, then it's gonna return failure. You overthink. Scap it? Damn it. I don't know. That seems like a typo. I'm assuming you're saying to ignore you. Scrap it? Scrap it, probably. You're fine, Dirk. Okay, so we need... Oh, I guess I should just be clicking on this. Okay. So we need this fatigue variable. Right? But I don't know... Like, I'm gonna write this how I would think, like, stupid me who doesn't know Godot would think to write it. Like, it's basically like if a variable fatigue... but then we don't have access to it. But then if that is greater than 50, and then we would also be like, or, ooh, and then I don't know where I don't know what we would have to repeat. So I'm just gonna write this the way I would think. So like hunger greater than 50, and then thirst greater than 50. Now, obviously, this is probably wrong. As many different things as I wrote is probably the number of reasons that it's wrong. Oh, you need variable only when you're defining a variable. Okay, good point. So then hold on. Well, let's erase this for a second. So I would think if I put this in right, it will auto-complete it for me, right? So now I need to figure out how to actually reference a variable, which you would think would be something I would remember from doing the make a game tutorial thing, but I do not. So I think maybe looking through here is not the best thing to do. Well, maybe we could find it. Like, here are a bunch of variables that will potentially be referenced elsewhere. The way you advise to do it is to add export variable radicate. All right. Let's see how this works. So within this condition leaf script, you were saying at the top, I should add export variable radicate. Will and pull node into the editor text before releasing, press control. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. So dragging that in, you know what? Yeah, I just want to start over. I need to see what that did. Dragging this in without holding control gives you this weird nonsense. Dragging this in while you do hold control sets this crazy thing. On ready, set the variable eradicate equal to these fucking things. A bunch of dots. Are these all of the variables? Like when I actually run this, is this going to get filled with all of the variables? Eradicate? Oh my god. Fucking mind blow gif. That's very cool. I don't fully understand it, but this seems like a really cool tool. What? What the fuck do I do with this? Oh my god, I have so much to learn. This is so fucking annoying. Actually, this makes me feel like there's a game that Crazy Pants and I are playing called Chants of Sonar, where it's like a puzzle game where you have to figure out languages. And so you'll get to a new area and people will say shit to you and you're like, I have zero idea what you're saying. But then you see more and more examples of people using the same words and eventually you're like, oh, you're telling me to help you. Great. That game feels like a nice version of this. This is just like, I'm like, what? It's basically the address of the node in the directory. Oh, okay, now hold on. Because, so if we're in here, it's saying to go back like 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's why there's 4 of those? Okay. Okay. Now I can check on Eradicate Hunger. Oh my god. Okay. Fucking how? Oh shit. Okay, so we need to check all of them. I think I should just look up how to use variables from a parent scene in Godot. That should be a thing that's explainable to me, right? Interesting. You just get parent variable name. Okay. Now the problem is we need to get the variable of a parent. So perhaps there's a way we can use that structure that Dirk just showed us how to get. If you want to avoid that, you could use groups as tags. All right. Let me just read this whole thing. In short, I have a play space scene. This is where enemies spawn. It has a variable called damage that changes over time. When the player clicks on an enemy, I want that enemy's health variable to go down by the play space's damage variable. How do I do that? Do you specify how you've set up your code? Is there a main node where you store the bulk of your game's logic? If that's the case, then use the click event to trigger the damage inflicting function. Your damage variable and the click event listener should be in the same script. Fuck. All right. And somebody else just said this, that you can use get parent variable name. That if we want to avoid that, we could use groups as tags. Oh. This just linked me to the fucking tutorial of the first game. Oh my god. Alright. Fuck. Okay. That's not gonna help. Shit. I didn't actually want to close that. I want to go back. Thought it opened in a new tab. It didn't. But to access a variable from a parent node in a child's script. Might be easier to make a singleton global variable. Okay, I don't want to do that because then if there's global variables, then I would need to have each variable for each fucking creature with its own special name. They couldn't be fatigue. It would have to be like Rattata01 fatigue. Okay. This seems like the answer. Here's if it's one level up, we've already seen that. If it's something else, get node /root/name of node dot variable name. Okay. Let's try to parse that. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. Oh, you know? No, Firefox? Yeah, don't tell me no. I'll just Control C. Why was copy not selectable? That was weird. Okay. So that's the structure. Get node, root, the name of node, and then variable name. Okay, so then this would go... It would go down here. Okay. Because it's if, and then this variable greater than 50. If this variable is greater than 50, return success. That's what we're going to start with. And then you know what? I think to test it, we're gonna just print shit like success. Yeah, I assume you're mad about that. Expected colon after if condition. Also, wait, the error is at 16,57. Oh, no, okay, yeah, that's this error. Okay. What's the other error? Damn it. Okay. We'll worry about printing success once we actually have this functional. Okay, so we're trying to get a variable name, and that is going to be, that variable is just fatigue with no capitals. Let's check that. Fatigue with no caps. Okay, so we're trying to get fatigue. And maybe I should be going about this in the other order because then it'll autocomplete. Then /root/name of node. So the name of the node is just Radicate. Node get node path node path. Okay. And is it... Oh, also it just wants a colon at the end of this? Is that actually... Okay, well, all the errors are gone. So yeah, so /root is just, you're just saying like that's where that's the beginning, right? That's like the root folder. And so Radicate is just right in there. So then I think that's correct. Is this fucking correct now? Oh, it's scene root. Okay. Well, shit. So Radicate is sitting in an organizational node that is then sitting in the world. I was thinking that since the Radicate thing is saved in here. But yeah, that wouldn't make sense. Okay, okay. So... Okay, I have a separate scene. Or Radicate, I do indeed. So then its root is... Oh my god. Oh my god. This one is an instance of Radicate? Dang it, Dirg. Type slow. Okay, it is an instance of Radicate. Okay. So then I don't understand this formatting. So then let me... I feel like a smart thing to do might be to look to just look this up. Oh. Hey, we're getting Spanish stuff. There's gotta be... There's gotta be somewhere where Godot is talking about this. Maybe this is not something helpful to search. I would think that Godot would have this exact thing somewhere. Dang it. Maybe... No, putting spaces isn't gonna fucking be helpful. Nope. Okay. Damn it. Damn again, no. Damn. How is nobody else talking about this exact fucking command elsewhere? Shit. Okay. So this we already looked at. Questions about referencing location nodes in Godot. Damn it, dude. It's so hard to just find an actual low level explanation of something. I just need an example of how to structure this. Damn. Accessing exported variables from a parent node of a parent node from a child node. Damn it. This is what I need. New creates a new instance of a script. No. Oh yeah, Dirk, that's what I was hoping for. An actual just link to Godot's resources. I guess I need to just directly search them. Like I thought they would come up if they were relevant, but clearly they're not. So yeah, I guess we'll leave this up and we'll just search inside the documents, like locally rather than using Google. Thank you for the link. Dirk, I feel like if I ever make money from this game, I'm just gonna give you a large percentage of it. I don't know how I'll do that, but I feel like you're doing most of the work. Also, I don't think anybody's gonna really spend much money on this game. You'll get like 50% of like $3. Please do not. All right, I'll just send you images of like some bank account that I'm putting the money in. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got $500 in it now. Shit. All right. Well, I won't do it if you really don't want me to, but you know, I do feel like you would deserve a portion of it. Don't underestimate the resources I put into. Well, yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't deserve any portion of it, but like, boy, right now it feels like you deserve 50% of it or more. You just have more time to learn some Godot. Man, I guess. All right. Okay. Let me stop being a sad sack, raging at my lack of fucking Godot knowledge. All right. Node paths. When getting a reference to a node, you're not limited to getting a direct child. The getNode function supports paths, a bit like when working with a file browser. Okay. God, it's like I get it, but I don't fucking get it, man. I get the idea. Add a slash to separate nodes. Take the following example scene. Yes. Oh my God, Dirk. Thank you. Okay. With a script attached to the user interface node. To get the animation player node, you would use the following code. Okay. So the problem with this is that we're going the other way. So if we were writing something in the user interface node, we would call it like this. So first of all, we're going to have to like actually define a variable. So we could define a variable as like eradicate fatigue or something. And then we could... Actually, would we need to do that? I feel like we would need to. Okay. But then, so this is just specifically shield bar and then slash animation player. And that works by you're going down levels. Shield bar and then animation player. So read the note. Yeah, for sure. I assume there is just a slight change. As with file paths, you can use ... to get a parent node. The best practice is to avoid doing that, though. Not to break encapsulation. You can also start the path with a / to make it absolute, in which case your topmost node would be /root, the application's predefined viewport. Don't know what encapsulation is. We should probably find that out. Maybe not right now. Maybe right now. Something to do with the way that things are contained within each other? Encapsulation is object-oriented programming. Okay. Google OOP. All right. Computer programming model that organizes software design around data or objects rather than functions and logic. An object can be defined as a data field that has unique attributes and behavior. So then it just seems like encapsulation is like keeping things within the right area, and then if you violate that, then like you're gonna tell things to do things and they won't understand how to do things. Encapsulation is one of the core concepts in object-oriented programming and describes the bundling of data and methods operating on this data into one unit. Okay. So sure, because it's designed to do that, we don't want to not do that. Because the system expects we're doing that, I guess is what they're saying. The best practice is to avoid doing this. What I don't fucking we're just gonna go with it. We might ruin things. We might have problems. We're gonna do it. Okay, so we can use 2 dots to get to a parent node. So then let's try to figure that out. 2 dots gets us a parent node. So the fucking okay, but actually though, that would just mean that we would have like dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this because we want to go. I have eradicate now. So that's what, okay. So just use eradicate.hunger. Well, we're starting with eradicate.fatigue, but okay. So then what you had me do up here is define this variable eradicate as essentially like this address. That it's like 4 directories back. And so then now if I say to get eradicate fatigue, it's looking at the variable eradicate, which is just like go 4 directories back and get the fatigue variable. It will be 4 directories back for each eradicate. Yeah, this should remain consistent, yeah. And as long as all of our creatures are structured this way, it will be the same for all of them. Now, and if we ever change the structure, I would probably need to like drag eradicate back in if we put this whole behavior tree like an extra node deeper, then we would probably need to change this. Okay. Okay, real quick. I do want to know what happens if I try to run this. Because I feel like it's just going to crash. But I can print something to check if it goes to that path. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's do that. That was the plan. We need to hop back into scripts. And then the needs check script. So then we should both, we should print. Okay, it is just print. Identifier print not declared in the current scope. No way. Hold on. Let's just look it up in here. I don't actually remember how to format it right, even though I've used it. It is just print and then something in parentheses. We don't need quotes. I think we do. I think we do need the quotes. I'll just put the quotes. See what happens. We do need quotes. All right. That was what I was looking for. And you know what? let's print his fatigue. Hopefully we can do that. Maybe that's not allowed. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's fucking see. I feel like this thing is just going to be mad at me for some fucking reason. Okay, it is mad at me for some fucking reason. Oh my lord. I don't actually know how to read this situation. You go into actual errors. Oh. Also, an image error opening. Shit, I deleted the like icon. Every fucking Godot project just comes with a little PNG of the Godot of the little like Godot symbol that you can use. Did I delete it? Why would I delete that? What the fuck? I guess I deleted it. Okay, well, one, we can put that back. There's just an easy copy of it. What the fuck, bro? I don't know why that got deleted. Okay. Okay. Now hold on. Okay, so there's all these fucking yellow, maybe they're green. Oh boy. They might be green, might be yellow. Let me try that again. Close the program. Okay. Okay, so they are yellow. Okay. I assume that's bad, but maybe not game freezing. Okay, so did it really get mad that I got rid of that icon? I didn't think that icon was used for anything. Great, no, okay. Invalid get index fatigue on base character body 2D eradicate. All right. And then is that listed over in these errors? No, it's not. Okay. So for some reason, the stack trace is different. I don't necessarily know why. And then this is annoyingly formatted. This is like very hard to read. Okay. So the problem was something to do with eradicate, something to do with his fatigue. So let me go look around. Let's look at eradicate. Just make sure like fatigue is spelled with a lowercase. The needs check is looking at that. Again, fatigue spelled with a lowercase. Oh, this has an arrow on it. That's just because I'm here? Ooh, no. Is this like where the problem is? Oh. Yeah, I can like click. What the? Okay, I shouldn't be doing that, but that's an interesting. Okay, and you can't control Z those away. Okay. We'll print success. That's probably not the problem though. Invalid get index fatigue. And then it specifically says on character body 2D eradicate. So is specifically the problem that I'm trying to get something from this? I mean, you have those things. You have a variable called fatigue. And like if we look at Eradicate, okay, well now he's missing those variables in the inspector. Now, why would that be? Well, let's reload this bitch. Maybe I should re-instance. Yeah. Maybe this is too complicated. Maybe I gotta do a bunch of other projects before I get into doing this, so I know Godot better. Okay. So again, looking at Eradicate. Okay, so when we look at Eradicate as the parent like scene, I can see these things. When I look at him over in the world, I can't. Now, I don't know if that hints at something being, if that's a problem. That seems like that might be a problem. Because, like, who cares if these are visible here? When the game goes to run, it's gonna run this. Re-instance. Like, so do I need to re-instance this specific thing? I wish it could just be set to always doing that. Reparent to new node, save branches seen. Instantiate child scene. Node add instance. This thing, the instantiate child scene thing? What? And then am I just adding Eradicate to it? Shouldn't it always be doing this? Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, wait, that seems wrong. Now we have Eradicate inside of Eradicate. Do it on the node. Do it on the node. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, so then now the thing is, do we just delete the old Eradicate? I don't know. What the heck? I could have just pulled it in hierarchy. Okay, hold on. Let's undo that. So, like if I'm afraid of destroying this. Interesting. All right, so you know, yeah, before I do this, let's save. And then I'm gonna try just deleting this. And then we're gonna add a child scene. I can save the scene as a copy. Well, I think it is already saved separately. Okay, so now we have Eradicate in here. And then, like, hopefully that's an updated Eradicate. I kind of thought it would always be updating it, and that I wouldn't need to do what I just did. Damn. Yeah, I don't understand the way the system is set up. Okay, so let's, I guess, just try to run it again and see if it gets mad. It's probably gonna get mad. You're right. Okay, it did have its needs. Good point. Good point. We changed the attached script. Ah, okay. Right. Okay, good point. So now that makes more sense to me. A breakpoint. Oh my. All right. What the hell does that mean? Racking my brain over why a function I wrote wouldn't work. Keep getting a single word red error message. Breakpoint. Breakpoints are for debugging a project and are set by the developer. A breakpoint can be placed at any line of code, and whenever that line is executed, the engine will halt the game and give you the chance to inspect the value of certain variables to determine when things go wrong and why. You probably set one accidentally by left-clicking the area. That was the... Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, the red dots. Oh shit, dude. Okay. Okay. We gotta close the instance of the game running. Oh my god. That's very funny. Boy made a mess. Yeah. Holy shit, did I? Oh my god. That's so dumb. Sorry, I'm dumb. That was a dumb thing of me to do. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay, well, just ooh, look at all those successes, baby. Wait, but where is the Radicate? Radicate, where are you? Oh, he's on the tree. He's on the tree. What are you doing up there, buddy? I don't think you're supposed to be up there. Okay. Oh my god. What the fuck? He is there. Because I guess that's 0-0. That's like default. Okay, so hold on. I don't know what that is. Player, you go down here. You be out of the way. And then Radicate, as previously decided, you will exist right there. Okay. All right, we got a success. So, step 1. Kind of done. Okay. Fuck. How do I do anything? We need to go back to the script. Then the other thing we want to do now is we want to, we got to do ores. And then we'll check those ores. Eradicate hunger greater than 50. Nope. I can't find the pipes with my fingers. It's like right below backspace. It's so easy, but it's not something I reach for. So my muscle memory is like, oh. And then eradicate thirst. Okay. So, right, you want a colon. Okay. Okay. Game sign. Yeah, for me, because I'm fucking blind. Holy shit, that was very funny, though. Oh my god. Fucking... Look at Greg right now. She just sleeps upside down. God, also, my desk looks so messy. What's this kombucha cap doing here? Go in the trash. What was phone? Hide the phone from the shot. Get the phone out of the shot. Water cup. Microfiber cloth. All right. Anyway. Okay, so then what this should return success if any of them are like this. So let's save this and then run this, and then we should just still get a bunch of successes. Oh, am I just running the one scene? No, we're running the whole thing. We have the correct main scene set. So we should just get spammed with success. Okay, excellent. Eradicate is now sitting where he should be. Okay. So now I think what we should do is, what if we change his needs? What if we change his needs to 40s? And then And then I guess we'll save. And now how could I print failure? Because I think... You think just run it? Okay, sure. And we just won't see a success. Because I think the way these functions are designed is once they hit success or once they hit failure, they will just end. So, okay. Great, nothing prints. And now let's go in here and let's put thirst. Let's make thirst, I would do 60. They're gonna be chunks of 10 or 5. Let's do that. Let's save it just in case we need to. Come on, hit me with the successes, baby. I need some successes. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. We're a step in. We're fucking three hours into this, and we have completed the first step. Okay, let's return his needs up to 100, I guess. That feels bad. We're basically making Radicate's default state right now, that he's incredibly tired, hungry, and thirsty. Okay. So we can take this out. It seems to work. That seems to work. So now we can go back to Radicate. And at some point, we're gonna need to add a function in for Radicate's needs increasing over time. You know what? Maybe we should do that. So then actually what we'll do is we're just like, let's go back and take out the print. So we will set Radicate's default, we'll set his fucking parameters. Actually, I guess we should do it over here, right? Go into world, set his parameters to like, let's do like a 20, a 40, and a 30. So how do I think I'll call that function without reference? I don't know, Dirg. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let me get there. Let me conceptualize it, and then let me flounder in my lack of knowledge. Okay, so we need to have a situation where whatever these numbers start at, we're gonna add to them over time. You're shut. Okay, so we'll have that in here. We'll just fucking define it as a function. Oh, or I guess, do we want it to be part of physics process? Nah. Okay, whatever. So we'll just define this as the like... Do we do 3 separate processes? I guess so. 3 separate functions. They're all going to be like the same, basically. They're going to be adding... Oh, yeah. We'll have them be separate so we can just tweak the amount they increase separately. There's going to be 3 separate functions. Each of them, for a given amount of time, is going to add value. Why separate the processes? Well, I was thinking for readability on my part. But yeah, I guess they could all just be within the same function. And what do we fucking call this? You can have 3 separate functions that are called in process. As in, I could have 3 functions and they're all called one after the other, and they're all part of a greater process. I don't know. We can put them all as part of one function. I feel like we could just call this like the needs function, the needs change. Let's follow their weird format. And then the function process references the like delta. I don't know if we would need to do that. Maybe we will. I don't fucking know. And then I guess for now we should just put pass, but what do we actually want to do? What are we actually going to fucking do here? We're going to, we want to add, let's say, ooh, okay, let's think about this. Conceptually, if you're going about a normal day, you get hungry and thirsty multiple times in one day, but you probably only get fatigued like once. Maybe you work really hard doing some serious labor in the morning and you're fatigued by the middle of the day and you want like a nap, but probably fatigue is going to go up slowly. So I think for now, I'm just going to like put a note up here. So like increase fatigue slowly. Maybe like 1 point per tick, I guess. And hunger and thirst. I'll delete this note, but I just want this here. Do we do hunger and thirst by 5? Sure. So this isn't going to be realistic. The point of this is going to be to run the game, and we won't be getting success. You're sorry you don't understand. You awake fatigued, dude. Sometimes that happens to me, and it is so brutal. I fucking hate it. Especially if I'll have like a terrible fucking dream where like just nothing makes sense and like I'm being murdered a million times over and over, and then I wake up in the middle of the night and then I fall back asleep. But then when I wake up in the morning, I'm just like, my body is like not rested at all. It's like the fucking stress of the dream just like ruined any further sleep I would have gotten. Okay, so our goal here is we start the game and we're going to print success once one of our needs gets over 50. And so we want fatigue to increase slowly, and we want hunger and thirst to increase more quickly. Maybe, yeah, 5 points should be fine, because every tick is a frame, and it's like 30 or 60. It's probably 60 frames per second by default. So... okay, you know what? Actually, no, let's increase them by 1 point as a test. We'll just do them all by 1 point. Okay. Yeah. Increase all things by 1 point per tick as a test. So then what's going to happen is if we start with our hunger at 40, that's going to be the first thing to get over 50. And that's going to take like 11 ticks. That is not a lot. So... okay. Shit. Shoot. Yeah, how do I want to do... I want to run the game and have a few moments later, 2 seconds later, have it start printing success. What could we... because then we would be not using integers. Or we would not be doing it every tick. Okay, so yeah, let's not do it every tick. So... let's increase things by, how about 5 points per second? Needs change, add parentheses and the colon thing. Okay, wait. As in do that. Now, what the fuck goes in here? Oh my god, I just need to rewatch basic bullshit. Like the physics process has the delta in here. And that's just like something that it's referencing or referring to. Oh. GD script? Don't sell me your shirts. It's whatever you want to send with a function call. It's called a function parameter. Interesting. Okay. And so then the physics process has delta because it's called by the engine for every frame. Delta input value is the elapsed time since the previous frame. Okay. All right. Does Tesla use Godot? What the fuck? Okay, that's fucking irrelevant. All right. Go away. You're not important. Okay, so what do I actually want to do? I want to do some fucking math. I want to just add. I want to take this variable and I want to add to it. And I guess we could just start with one variable. So like all we want to do is fucking add. Let's go into this. Close that. So adding, you do an equal sign with a plus. And then we probably want to, like, we're going to redefine fatigue as, like, whatever fatigue currently is plus fucking a small amount, but every so many seconds. Okay. Oh my god, I just need the fucking add command. Then actually, let's see. So we want something to happen every so often. I know it's gonna have Godot 4 in it. Okay. A function that gets called every 10 seconds and increases a value. Ooh, in a sine wave fashion. Okay, I don't need that shit. Still. Making a game where enemies spawn nonstop. Every 10 seconds, I want to increase the spawn rate to make the game be more difficult as time progresses. Function would look something like this. Function increase spawn rate. Void spawn rate. And then so instead of adding, they're multiplying it by 1.2. Boom, it sounds so easy, yet I don't know how to do it. Please help me. Sounds like you need the timer node for this. With the timer node, you can set its wait time. Time waited before returning timeout signal to 10 seconds. Your code could look like this. Add a timer node to the hierarchy. Connect timeout signal to the script. Set wait time to 10. Set auto start to true. To start adding enemies as soon as the timer node loads. Okay. So there is actually just a separate node called a timer node. And then I guess... Yeah, because we're dealing with Radicate directly, we can just like add it as a child of his, I suppose. That's a thing? Oh, it is a thing. Okay. You are what now, Durg? You're sleepy? You're a sleepy, suffering brain? Sleepy, okay. Well, dude, if you need to go sleep, go sleep. Okay, so we need to have auto start selected. You're suffering brain effect. Unclear. Okay, so let's put this. Ooh, can we put it near the top? Yeah, I don't think we're fucking up that hierarchy. Okay, so we want it to auto start, and we want the wait time to be 10 seconds. Actually, no, what do we want it to be? I think like 5 seconds should be fine. Okay, and so then if that's going to be the case, if every 5 seconds we're adding 5 points because of the timer, then sure, that will take a measurable amount of time. It'll, depending on where we set the fatigue, we can make it take between we would need to get to 55. So if it's every 5 seconds, you'd need 11 of those. So it would be just right. If you're doing if you're doing it every 5 seconds, but you're doing 5 points, it would just still be 55 seconds. Okay. So sure, we'll start fatigue. We'll set everything to like 30. And then it'll take 25 seconds for it to click over and start printing success. Okay. Okay. All right. How do we actually connect that? Possible code would be function ready, timer start. And then spawn enemies. Okay, and then because of auto start, it's going to do it once at the beginning. Right, so if we have auto start on, it'll take 5 less seconds than I was saying for all those examples. That's fine. And then you have a function on timer timeout. Okay. And then we need to restart the timer. Okay. Okay, so that makes sense. So then, at least part of that does. So we have our timer named timer. If we need another timer, then we'll give it a different name. So then what we're going to do is just timer start. Okay. Is this acceptable to you, Godot? Hope it's acceptable to you. Okay, and then the actual thing that we want to do. And then we need a function on timer timeout. Which I guess for us, we're just going to restart the timer. So yeah, if we can just take pass out of you for now. So there might be a simpler thing to do. Maybe we don't actually need to do this. maybe there's like a restart. Ooh, actually, yeah. Can we see the different options? If I was like typing timer, is there just a restart option? Like restart after timeout? No. Okay. We'll just, this is fine. Okay. And so then in here, we need to just take a function and add. Sorry, we need to take a variable and then add to it. So like if I were to just say like fatigue and then it's like plus, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, 1 second. I got to blow my nose. All right. Thank you for the bless you, Dirk. Okay, so so if I remember right, fuck, where's the plus? Like addition is just, oh my god. No, you had it. Like that is just addition. And then like, actually, no, wait, hold on. Like if I just did that, is that just going to add 5 to fatigue? I don't think so. But like this is what I want. And also if you're like, what the fuck? How does he not even know how to do this? Like this is like the first actual fucking shit that I've done. Everything else has been like looking at examples and just copying things. Now I'm actually trying to repurpose things for my own uses. Okay. But then also they're mad about this situation. Use space character for indentation instead of a tab. Oh my, what? Because I copied pasted it. And so something was lost in translation. Interesting, the timer start one seemed fine. No, because I just pasted that line, so I indented it myself. Okay. All right. So this is like how to increase a variable. Oh my god, hold on. How to increase testosterone. All right. Okay. Actually, sure. Let's go by 1. We just want to increase a variable by 1 at Godot. Okay, now Google, I know you're trying. I know you're trying because you want all the information on me and you want to be able to sell me things, but boy, I feel like you just gave me an answer for an add-on. All right, I'm a complete beginner at Godot. Hell yeah, bro, me too. But I found after a long and tedious time that when I tried increasing a variable by using plus equal, it doesn't actually work. Uh-oh, well that's what I was going to try to do. Where is the... Here we go. Okay. He's trying to add +1 to matter. That's a... Okay, it's a player stat. I see. And then he's printing what that value is. Okay, that's a smart way to try to figure it out. Okay. Please help. The output prints matter as 1. Just 1. It's hard to tell, but I assume you're trying to use a timer to increment matter by 1 once a second. This is like exactly what we're trying to do. And the issue is that matter never goes up? If that's the case, this is due to a programming concept where variables either store a value or a reference of some data. In layman's terms, you either get a copy of the data or direct read-write access to it. Ooh. The problem is that he's trying to change the parent node. Okay. As a rule of thumb, primitive types tend to pass by value, and objects tend to pass by reference. In this case, I'm assuming matter is an integer, and you're trying to update the value. You're treating it as a reference. Because of the rule I explained, it's actually a copy. You're just adding 1 to a local variable, and the original never updates. Okay. 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 There's a few ways to go about fixing this, but because the node is an auto-loaded script, I think you could replace it with playerstats.matter and then increment it by 1. Okay. So, is this okay? Or would I have to do like eradicate.fatigue? I think because we're in here, we can just do fatigue. I mean, why not just try it, right? Oh, and then shit, do we actually need to connect the timer to it? Or is it smart enough? Like, this seems like a thing that Godot might be able to just do. Okay, okay. And then I was thinking we could change these values here, but for the sake of understanding how this works, I want to see if I can just change these here. Actually, no, we can leave them at what they are, because all we're going to do is increase fatigue by 5 every 5 seconds. Greg, you getting antsy? You putting your little feet in front of me, your little hands. What do you want? Okay, yeah, every 5 seconds. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I guess let's just fucking see if this works. So ideally, nothing will print for a few seconds. For like half a minute. And then success will start printing. Okay. Seems like no. So I probably messed something up. But what did I do? Oh, you know what? We could just print fatigue as well. That would be interesting. My God, Dirk, you said also, and now you're just leaving me hanging. Also what? Okay, so I know what I'm doing with this. I don't need that note anymore. In the example picture, or the example thing, he's specifically referencing the thing, like player stats.matter. Because he knows it's from that different scene. The tale of house also will be told in blood. Holy shit, Teamworm, that's fun. What was the actual house? Like Laszlo? Damn. That guy's story was kind of boring. I bet I missed some of it, but Oslo, yeah, I think it was Oslo. Him just being like showing up constantly. Have you seen these people? Have you seen this lady? Fucking the tale of my house is written in blood. And then like, oh, they got that lady. I'm gonna fucking kill them all because my house is written, the tale is written in blood. I don't know. It was It reeked of a noble playing at hero. That's probably the point, but I feel like I missed a lot of it. Oh my god, Dirk might actually be gone. Okay. What have we done? So I don't think we need to reference like player stats dot matter like this, because we're getting, this is to reference a different node, but the variable we're messing with is right in the same node. You're not gone, but you lost the thought. Okay. Nah, that's cool. Hit me with a nevermind next time. All right, are we doing the same thing that this guy was doing? Because he is just trying to increase matter by 1. He's doing exactly what we're doing in the code part, but you know what? Yeah, let's find out if our mistake is the same, because we're looking at a variable in a different spot, but let's see. Maybe we do just need eradicate dot fatigue. Oh, and it's not even printing. Eradicate? Shit. Do these need to have pass in them? I don't actually know. Like, you're the same color as fatigue. Like, I feel like you know that this is a variable. Yeah, you do know. You like, I can ask you and you're like, it's that one. You motherfucker. Rant. Interesting. Counts down a specified interval and emits a signal on reaching 0. Ooh, can be set to repeat. Okay, so is the issue that what I need to be doing is having this timer emit a signal and then have this script pick up that signal. It's not as simple as just putting this here. It really feels like it should be as simple as putting this in here. And if I had other timers, you would just like timer 2, timer 3, timer 4, whatever you wanted to call it. So I think other things that have referenced things, you can do that. Like the player. I swear the player references something by doing that. Yeah, like the animation tree. Ooh, it does set them as a variable though. Good lord, you have a separate quality of life thing if I need it. I don't know, do I need it? Okay, hold on. Put print fatigue up there. Take it out of here. Shit, is this the thing where I need to like instance. Okay. All right. We are good on that. Okay. We do not need to re-instance. We can print fatigue right here. Okay. So let's look at more timer examples. Oh, okay, this sounds a little more complicated. Your while loop logic struck me as odd, but it just occurred to me what you might think a while loop means in this case. Right, yeah, I know about while loops in C, but I haven't seen how to do them in Godot, so this seems like it might be more complicated than it's worth. Does not mean... While enemy count's greater than or equal to 0, lower subtract 1 from enemy account and print enemy count. This does not mean as long as enemy count is greater than or equal to 0, subtract 1 time and then move on to the next block of code. It's a while loop. It means while enemy count is still greater than or equal to 0, keep subtracting 1. Okay, sure, yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's not going to be helpful. How do I smoothly add value to a variable? Sure. A tween sounds like a good idea. Oh boy. The fuck is a tween? All right, Derek has a link. You hate the Imgur. Yeah, what happened? That link doesn't work. Oh, if it's a blob links are like weird. They're like intentionally unshareable without like an extra piece of information. Okay, so what we want to do is increment a variable with a timer in Godot. 4. All right, what do we got? What is this? It's something about settings. Changing the viewport width and height. Oh, and setting an override for them. I don't know. I'm okay with this and being able to like change it if I want to. I think we're fine. At least for right now, I can see whatever I need to see. The error window looked a little bit weird earlier when it was like broken in half. That was hard to fucking see. I don't know if those settings would help with that though. Did I know that a blob is an imperial unit of mass? Holy shit, okay. If you're trolling me, I'm fucking looking that up. Holy shit. It links to slug. The inch version of slug has no official name, but it's commonly referred to as a blob, a slinch, a portmanteau of the words slug and inch, a slugette, or a snail. It is equivalent to 386.0886 pounds. Oh. The inch version of the slug. Okay. What a fucking weird thing. Cool. Teamworm, I did not know that. Cool knowledge. Can you have one blob of worms? That's probably a whole team of them. Actually, wait, more so than that, right? What was the... Yeah. That's probably a few teams worth of worms. At least 2. Probably like 4 of them. Probably 4 team worms worth of worms. Words. Okay. Fuck. I just want to use a timer. I just want to use a timer to increment a value. Setting up a timer in code like this tends to be more easily flexible as you do not have to wrangle the timer node. Okay. So they're just using code that is going to... It's essentially a number that's adding up every fucking frame, and then once it's gone long enough, then it will do a thing. Fuck, maybe I should just do that since I don't understand how to reference a timer properly. Oh my god, it's almost 1 o'clock. Overall, we got about as far as I expected, but in the last hour, I did expect to be able to get this next step working. Okay, Seth. Okay, Seth, what? Durg loves to leave me hanging. Before you go, before I go! I've got 10 minutes! Maybe I just don't use the timer. What will we be doing this Lore Wednesday? Definitely finishing up the magic system. And then once we do that, I feel like we need to like make a map and like some fucking history. Some history of the world. And then like some demigod bullshit. We need our own weirdos like fucking Reichard and Godwin and Godefroy. Come up with some weird ass personalities. Influenced by the magic system, obviously. But yeah, we need to finish the magic stuff. You'll throw a table of status effects till Wednesday. You'll throw a table. What? Okay, bye, Dirk. Fuck. Doing I plus equals 1 in a process function is a terrible idea as you don't know how fast process function is spinning. Now it's 60 FPS, a bit later it's 25 FPS. Your calculation time depends on FPS. Doing elapsed equals elapsed plus delta is a bit better. Actually fine for most cases. The only downside is that it has some precision problems over time due to floating point error. Oh my god. Okay, I just need to learn how to reference the fucking timer. Let's just show me timers. Just show me timers, Godot. A countdown timer. Yeah, I got that. Counts down a specified interval and emits a signal on reaching 0. Can be set to repeat or one shot. Okay, we read that. Timers are affected by engine.time_scale. A higher scale means quicker timeouts, or vice versa. Oh, for real? Well, now hold on. It says seconds, doesn't it? The wait time is labeled as seconds. So shouldn't it not be affected by engine.time_scale? What are you? Where have you taken me? You've taken me to something about float time scale. Get architecture name. No. You can't have a link. I'm gonna find you. You're not in this page. Fuck. Okay. All right. You win, Godot manual. To create a one-shot timer without instantiating a node, use scenetree.create timer. Okay, but that's not what we want. Cool that it references that there is a timer in the Dodge the Creeps demo. Shit. Okay, should we go look at that? I guess we'll go look at that. God, like I did this shit. Fucking did this shit. I'm gonna find the fucking timer. I'm going through this bitch page by page. I got 7 minutes. Dirk, you're still here? Oh, it's funny? Oh, what's funny? You can't leave. Dirk's trapped in the stream. Oh my god. When are we gonna fucking... Okay, hold on. Maybe we can search within first 2D game. No, I didn't mean to... Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I fucking pasted the thing twice. Oh my god, now it's just a... Oh no. Okay. Nope, I deleted too far back. Right there. Okay. Timer. Really? None of the pages within this section have the word timer? What the fuck? But they should. There's a timer in here. Shit. Shit. All right. I'm gonna figure out how to do this before I go to bed tonight. And next time, okay. Great. Great. We're at the spot. Next time I will explain to you how this works with such eloquence. Team Worm, I saw you say also, and I was legitimately waiting for you to say something. Good joke. Good joke. I'm a little frustrated I didn't get it. You threw a set of tutorials you do follow. You threw them. You went through them? I don't... all right, that's okay. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I apologize that we didn't get the timer figured out. Okay, you put it in the game dev channel on Discord. Okay, you threw a link. Okay, great. I honestly thought that's what you meant. Great. Cool. Okay. So you know what? Let's just stop here. We don't have time to figure out the timer. I will figure it out before I go to bed tonight. And next time we stream, I'm going to explain it to you like I'm a person who knows Godot. And it'll be great. It'll be fun. Everybody is going to dance. Children around the world, well, they'll just all dance. And everybody's going to be like, why are you dancing? And they're going to be like, I don't know. Something good happened. Like the opposite of when Alderaan blew up and all the Jedi freaked out and were sad. It's going to be the opposite of that. I promise. All right. So tomorrow I'm the hardworking dev. I'm occasionally hardworking, mostly scatterbrained. Praise the Zeph. Oh my God. Okay. So, thank you dudes for hanging out. Tomorrow we're going to play more Undertale. And then Thursday we're going to work on more lore stuff for this game. Paladin of the Oath timer? Paladin of the Oath F timer. F me. F timers. Fuck. And then if my hands feel okay, we're gonna play some fucking Hollow Knight on Friday. But yeah, this'll do it for today. Paladin of the Oath of timer. Okay. Yeah, it kind of works. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back with more of this next week. Hopefully we'll get further. Hopefully my Godot knowledge will increase. In the meantime, I'm gonna watch more tutorials. Anyway, this was fun. It's a little bit frustrating, but it is nice to actually get the shit I want done, even if it's slow as balls. But yeah, I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. It's always nice having people here. Have a nice day. I'll see you later.